executive.
Yeah. I'm a mutilist abuser, being the #1 carapace user. My scourge connection with the dropships, just like they do it in battle cruisers.
Welcome to NSL Season 7. Let's take a look at this season's map pool. Diamondback, Week 1. Diamondback is a 4-player map made for NSL7 by Nam Surikata. Endurance, Week 2. Endurance is a 2-player map made by KD Man in the Space tile set. Aquamarine, Week 3. Aquamarine is a 4-player map made by TNW Zombie. Terraform, Week 4. Terraform is a 4-player map made by SC Spider, Hyojin, Gnome Surikata, and JoJo. This is an NSL Classic Remake map. Odd Eye, Week 5. Odd Eye is a 2-player map made by Cygnus, Gnome Surikata. August Grad, Week 6. August Grad is a 4-player map made by Nam Cookie Master and is an NSL Classic Remake map. Neo Jungle Story, Week 7. Neo Jungle Story is a 4-player map made by JoJo, an NSL Classic map maker. High Noon, Week 8. High Noon is a 2-player map made by Nam Surikata on the Desert Teal set. Struggle, Week 9. Struggle is a 4-player map made by KM on the Jungle Teal set. Typology, Week 10. Typology is a 2-player map made by Freakling on the Desert Teal set. Now that you've seen the maps, let's check out the teams. Team Cavadogs. Team Chonky Cheesers. Team Lord of the Lings. Team Air Force One. Team Semi-Sweet Cookie Fleet. Team Baked Potatoes. Welcome to NSL Season 7.
Okay, hello, how are you? Welcome to another night of NSL7 Tier 3 Hyperion League. I'm joined once again by AK. AK, how are you tonight?
Oh, good. Thanks again for having me, Breeze. Got some more NSL action.
Absolutely, always a pleasure to have you. We're looks like we're going to be doing Lord of the Lings versus Baked Potatoes tonight.
Alright, another week 9 series. This time my team versus the Baked Potatoes.
Yes, and I forget, is Razmagul your 9 slot?
Basically him and Shimmer have been switching off the whole season.
Okay. So
And
he
Shimmer
is.
was pretty much the 9 for a while, and Razmagul was playing in 8, and I wasn't having the best of luck, so we've been playing him in 9, and it really just depends on the team at that level, because it's hard to find players that are so close in MMR at kind of around those levels. So we do try to do our best, but sometimes the matchups are a little bit off. As you can see, some of the discrepancy in some of the MMR.
Yeah, well, and I mean, I think that there's a good chunk of people who are in kind of the 8-9 range who are like a certain MMR range. They're a bit stronger than like people who just started and who are at like 1,000 MMR. So, and unfortunately, the 9 slot is kind of like all encompassing in that. I mean, it could be anywhere from like 700 to 1,400 in the 9 slot. So it's a pretty wide MMR range.
Right, I think it even goes up to, I don't know what the highest is. I'd have to look again, but it's somewhere around like 1,500 or higher.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's I mean, there's already a pretty wide discrepancy between 1,000 and 1,500, but now imagine like 700 and 1,500.
Oh
So,
yeah, it goes
yeah.
all the way to 1,300. So, I mean, 3,000 MMR at that.
All right, in the oh, I guess he rolled Terran this time. In the bottom right, we have our red random player, Razmagul, playing for the Lord of the Lings. And in the bottom left, we have our blue Zerg, AZK, playing for the Baked Potatoes. And I'm guessing we'll probably see, your normal 11 racks start here.
He's especially knowing his his opponent is Zerg, and his opponent doesn't quite yet know what he is. Luckily, his opponent will be scouting him with that Overlord, most likely getting that first scout, which will help. It looks like Razmagul going to make something at the natural. Is it going to be a barracks or a supply? He might go for the 8 racks, and he does go for the 8 racks.
Nice.
So it looks like he's going to be maybe even planning on going for a fast bunker rush.
And AZK is taking the safe overpool opener, so he will have Lings to defend, and he will be able to just continuously pump out Lings if he needs to.
Yeah, this is actually, I think, pretty good for Zerg. If he can get even just a little bit of damage done, then I think it will be better for Zerg. But if Terran decides to just kind of stay back and doesn't lose too many Marines, then I think Terran will be alright. But we will see. We'll come down to some micro battles, no doubt, and Terran will have to make some decisions. Be careful not to move out at the wrong time.
How well do Lings generally fare against Marines or vice versa? Because I feel
Depending
like
on if he...
they're pretty strong units. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess this always depends on the situation, right? I mean, you can have like 3 Lings beat 3 Marines if microed in the right situation, or you can have 3 Marines beat 3 Marines as well, or 3 Marines beat 3 Lings as well, so just
Right.
depends on the situation, I guess. But here, Razmagul looks like he has a nice tight wall, and I think that might be actually Ling tight. And it's nice that that Marine spawns on the inside of the wall, which is going to be really nice for him. And it looks like he's thrown down just a gas instead of a CC. So he's
Mm-hmm.
going to be going for, oh, and another barrack. So maybe just a quick bio push, perhaps. But yeah, this does look Ling tight. Rasmagul still needs to defend it, though this depot might go down, and it looks like it's going to, actually.
And the Lings get in. Oh, man. And they walk in and they just totally wreck all the defending Marines.
Oh, no.
This doesn't
That's
look good.
unfortunate.
And there's only one barracks building, too. So, oh, wow. Bummer.
Yeah, man, he had the right idea, man. That was a nice sling-tight wall. I think maybe just had to keep his Marines close to that wall, and it probably would have held that attack. Maybe even one SCV to repair, perhaps, but wow,
Nonetheless,
yeah.
a
Zerg breaks in.
nice point on the board for AZK. McTarren, thank you for stopping by today, sir. Was a pleasure always a pleasure to cast your games. I absolutely thoroughly enjoy your games, so I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Mink is the man.
All right. Cool. So we're gonna go into looks like game 2 is gonna be Aquamarine, and this is Razmagul's pick. This has been a rather popular game 2. I would say probably the second most popular aside from Diamondback.
Yeah, it is definitely up there.
And as you can see, it's just a nice a nice kind of comfortable 4-player. So
Right, there's no surprises. There's no like weird island position or like backdoor locations or anything like that. It is pretty straightforward, like you said, and there are some points that are better for fighting than others, so you don't want to really get caught inside your base too long, because it is still a pretty wide open ramp, but it still can be hard to push out if you get contained in that area. So
sure. All right, yeah. So we're gonna get started then, I guess. Hop right into game 2.
all right, here we go. See if Razmagul can get it back.
All right, and our in the top right on this our Aquamarine. It is our Blue Zerg AZK playing for the Baked Potatoes. And I believe this was Razmagul's pick. In the bottom right, our red random rolling Zerg this time, playing for the Lord of the Lings. It is Razmagul.
Yes, indeed, it is the loser's choice from the map pool, and so it must have been Razmagul's choice. And this could be great for him, the fact that I think Zerg is maybe one of the harder races to kind of know what to do versus a random player. But once again, AZK going to be getting that lucky first scout with his Overlord again, which will be really nice for him once he sees that creep. I imagine AZK will be opening up some kind of overpool or pool first kind of build to play it safe. Looks like Razmagul going to be doing the gas trick, though, to pump out an extra drone, and then maybe either going for a quicker pool or a quicker hatchery, or maybe just some extra drones. We'll see what Razmagul's plan is here.
Yeah, I definitely feel like some check boxes in this matchup. Like, you definitely want a pool pretty quickly, you definitely want a second hatchery pretty quickly, and you definitely want a layer pretty quickly. Looks like Razmagul going for a 9 pool. But you know, there's a whole bunch of permutations, right? I mean, so AZK here getting the looks to be an 11 hatch off of a I would guess this is probably an overpool again. That sounds about right. And which is going to give him an economic lead. It's going to give him an economic advantage. Razmagul, meanwhile, just doing a 9 pool. This was kind of a late 9 pool, though. AZK's overpool was started much earlier, so definitely kind of a late start for Razmagul, but both players definitely trying to get trying to get their pool out, trying to get some Lings out, trying to get their second hatchery started. Razmagul also electing to take a natural hatchery. And AZK coming in with a bunch of Lings already, 6 Lings just marching in here. Gonna get the beat on this hatchery, but Razmagul has Lings of his own. And I think he might...
Ooh, nice.
Oh, nice surface
AZK
area.
coming out ahead, and every little Zergling kind of counts at this time. I think Razmagul might have to pull some drones. Can he save that hatchery? I don't know if he's going to save it in time. It's going to go down.
Oh, man. Cancel it.
It's going down.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Went down.
But if Razmagul can hold this ramp, he's still not in a bad spot. He can always remake that hatchery in the main area here as a macro hatch. Meanwhile, AZK's natural hatchery is finishing. He hasn't quite started mining from there yet, so there's no economic benefit yet, but he is going into lair, and I imagine once that layer finishes, I imagine that we'll probably see more saturation at the natural for AZK. Meanwhile, AZK coming in here, trying to do some economic damage, not getting much done. Razmagul has a ton of Lings here ready to defend, but I think, like I said, I think this is about the point where AZK is going to start to try and transition into those mutas and get that economy going for those mutas. So Razmagul, although he holds on, they hold on, I should say, although Razmagul holds on, they're kind of behind here, and this natural hatchery is only just restarted. It looks like maybe trying to get across the map for some counter damage, perhaps, but unbeknownst to Razmagul, the Spire is halfway done, so they definitely have a very limited time to get things done here. AZK also has a good number of Lings at home ready to defend, pulling out, trying not to overcommit.
Oh man, they're pulling the trigger.
Oh, nice hold from the Blue Zerg.
I mean, here's the thing. It kind of forces AZK to choose to keep making units, and he doesn't necessarily want to be making Zerglings for too long. He wants to start making mutas. But if he goes right into mutas, then he might leave himself a little bit vulnerable with some of these drones. So he's definitely got to be a little careful when he decides to start making those.
Well, and ideally, he also wants drones too, because he only has like something like a main saturation's worth of drones, so he doesn't have quite the economic benefit of this natural hatchery just yet.
AZK is gonna be trying to do a run by, but now Razmagul has the defender's advantage, and both players kind of scrambling around to keep making units, but like you said, AZK does have the tech advantage. It looks like here comes a muta now, and he will be starting to make those mutalisks.
Oh man. It is one muta, but you know, this is one muta versus nothing that can shoot up, so
yeah, man, that one muta could definitely wreak some havoc.
And here it comes, going, oh, is he going to try and pick up the Lings? No, it looks like gonna go straight for the natural base here. There is nothing to defend this, but however, Razmagul coming with another counterattack all the way up at the natural. There are no Lings here because AZK kind of had to make a choice of, you know, what's the phrase I'm looking for? He has to decline the Lings in order to invest in the mutas because he doesn't have
the
much
Lings are getting on
economy.
top of the sunken too. Oh, they killed the
My
sunken.
gosh.
Oh my gosh. All those mutas were so clutch, and that drill was actually pretty nice too. But nice attack there from Razmagul. That was very scary. Very scary moment, no doubt, there for AZK to deal with.
Razmagul sending more Lings, only 4 of them this time, but more Lings nonetheless. It looks like they're trying to force these mutas to divert away from attacking the base.
Oh, these Lings looking to come in and snipe some drones.
Oh man.
Nice drill again though by AZK. Oh, but I think he might have gotten 1, but it could have been a lot worse, maybe 2. Actually, every drone is so valuable right now. AZK down to 4 drones. Here comes another round of links from Razmagul. AZK's forced to pull back with that Mutalisk, man. He wants to go and do damage, but he has nothing else to defend. And he can't just keep losing all his drones.
Does build some
Oh,
Lings,
nice.
but
Nice block, though. That was a really
nice.
nice catch. Stopping tons of those Lings here.
And once again, they are back in the main, but the mutas are once again cleaning everything up. And
That must be it.
Razmagul taps out. They don't really have anything to answer the mutas, unfortunately, so I kind of understand that, but GG nonetheless. I loved all those counterattacks. Very good effort
Yeah,
from
indeed, that was a really nice ZBZ. And nice set, actually. I can't believe it's over already, but well done, AZK, taking down the series.
Yep. Nice just nice solid decision making from AZK in both games.
Sure. For
Okay.
Razmagul, though, in game 1, if he could have repaired the depot, he would have been just fine. But
Yeah. Okay, so this is so let's see. So Razmagul, so Cosmos Cat is Lord of the Lings. So it looks like we're going to be doing TVZ.
I think Cosmos Cat is the other team. A baked potato.
Okay.
Quantum Leap is Lord of the Lings.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that.
Sure.
Okay. So it's a ZVT. Going back to struggle. All right, here we go. We're going back into struggle for the second series of the evening. And this time is going to be as Razmagul is random. That's you know what? Those were, I mean, pretty good games from random. That's not an easy race to do. Like you definitely need a lot of early game knowledge, I feel like, to really pull off a good random.
Right, it's kind of like a double-edged knife. Like, it has the advantage of the other player not knowing what you are and what race you're going to be and what kind of strategy you're going to be doing. But at the same time, if you don't know the ins and outs of all the other races, then you can get countered by so many other things that you may not even have imagined. So can be definitely hard, like you said, to play random, and also hard for other players to play against random as well. So
Yeah, yeah. It's like you said, a double-edged sword.
kind of cool just to see it mixed into NSL with these new maps and makes it that much more spicy.
All right. Well, are you ready for the second series, sir?
All right, let's get into it.
All right. We have pretty hyped series, not gonna lie. Cosmos Cat and Quantum Leap in the bottom left on struggle. It is our Red Terran playing for the Baked Potatoes, Cosmos Cat, and in the top left, our Blue Zerg playing for the Lord of the Lings. It is the legend, Quantum Leap.
So, do you know much about Quantum Leap?
I have actually Quantum Leap when I did BWCL I think like a year ago, and Quantum Leap was my first matchup, so I've actually played against him, and
Oh wow,
he's
no
very
kidding.
a very all around solid Zerg player, I would say, for especially
Nice.
for this tier. A very, very strong Zerg.
Well, it's definitely cool to see him come and play for Team Lord of the Lings this season. Um, I didn't see too many of his games until just lately, so I don't know a whole lot about him, but this is one of my favorite matchups, so I'm always excited to see what both players will have in store for us. So far, it looks like Zerg is still playing standard and Terran playing pretty standard as well. Terran went for the 9 depot and the 11 racks there at the wall with the 12 scout. Now Zerg looks like he's planning on going for that 12 hatchery. Unfortunately, the Zerg won't be getting the first scout off on Zerg, and let's see where Terran decides to go with this SCV. Most likely, oh, it is going to be going and getting the first scout, so that'll be really nice for Terran. Luckily,
Yeah.
the Quantum Leap is sending a drone scout as well, so that will be nice if he can get in there and maybe see even if there's the gas that Terran has or not. I think he has time to get in there and get out before that marine is made. Um, and Zerg taking that gas right away, going to be playing that 2 hatchery style.
Yeah, it looks like doesn't see the gas. Sees the Marine. Oh, did he not? Oh, he couldn't get up the ramp because the SV was blocking. Nice block here
Oh,
from.
sick SCV block on the ramp. Nice catch there,
Oh,
Breeze.
and
That
traps
was
the
actually
drone.
sick. Oh, and it
Oh,
gets in
nice!
the slides in somehow. He does see that there's no gas, and then he mineral walks back on home. But Cosmo Cat says no, you're trapped in your mine and blocks with the depot. That's great.
Nice block from the Terran. Zerg going ahead and just making a bunch of lings.
All right, nice wall here from Cosmo Cat. I didn't realize you could do that wall here in this position. Um, it's pretty cool to see. Zerg going for that 2 hatchery build with the fast lair. Zerg did make 6 Zerglings, and this is going to be not as good against the walling Terran, so this is a little bit Terran advantage, but nothing too crazy just yet.
Yeah, I I think I'm not sure what Zerg hopes to accomplish with these lings, but I see the fast layer, so I'm guessing they're just there for, having some units besides drones. But it doesn't look like he's planning on doing anything particularly aggressive with the lings.
Quantum Leap almost gets the drone block on the ramp from the SCB from the rescout. That was pretty sick. But
Spire
this
does go
SCV,
down.
Yeah, the SCV gets a nice scout, sees the spire even. So this SCV getting a lot of value still. Quantum Leap going for the kill, and it does kill the scouting SCV. But yeah, that was pretty nice scout overall from Terran. Terran knows exactly what's coming. So far though, I do not see a eBay, which he will be needing very, very soon.
Yeah, it looks like he's going the the Rax FE into 2 Rax Academy. Building some medics. Uh, Probably going to get some scanners going, I would guess. But you're right, he is going to need an eBay.
There it is.
It looks like it just gets started. And finally, the 2 comsats are going to get started here, it looks like, as well. Or at least one of them. I like that he's
So yeah,
building one comsat. Maybe he's doing that so he can keep building SCVs out of another. Oh no, he's lifting the CC. Oh, I see. Okay, there goes the second one. So
and
CC
this
wasn't
is
quite
a
placed.
this is a nice move out from Terran. It forces Zerg to build a lot of Sunkens and stops them from actually building mutas right away, which Cosmo Cat needed a little bit of time there. But now he'll have plenty of time, and he might actually be able to bust. He's going for the bust, and there's only the 2 mutalisks here. This actually might be a nice timing, and it is. GG
GG.
is called. Wow, that was a super, super nice timing there. If it had been like a second later, it just wouldn't have worked with those mutas, but nice here. Nice decision making from Terran and GG.
Yeah, beautiful. That was very beautiful and decisively and cleanly done by Cosmos Cat. Um, Had that have been any later, I think that Quantum Leap would probably have had the mutas he needed. So very well done. Okay. Looks like game 2. We're going to Diamondback.
All right, well,
And here we go. So Diamondback, kind of another pretty normal standardy map, very Vermeer-esque with the 4 base territory and these little strips of high ground with the ramp. Nice kind of nice mineral only expansion for the 3rd. Which is a more reasonable distance away. But yeah, if Terran is going a gas heavy build, I could see this map being a little bit of a challenge as well because of how far away that gas 3rd is.
yeah, I agree. Like, it depends on how it gets played out in the early game, but definitely, if it goes into a normal macro, um, mid to late game, then taking those expansions could be a bit tricky if you haven't taken them already.
Yep. All right, here we go. We're going to start game 2. And hello. Oh, there we go. That was weird. In the top right are Red Terran playing for the Baked Potatoes. It is Cosmos Cat. And in the bottom right are Blue Zerg playing for Lord of the Lings. It is Quantum Leap. I'm not sure what Zerg could have done that game, only because I don't I think Zerg is the one I know the least, but it's also the one I'm the most curious about. Um,
Well, in my opinion, just his mistake was having those sunkens not prepared in time while the bio was already on top of them shooting and they weren't quite done made. So just that little mistake can force that bust to be possible. So basically, I think just having your scouting links in the early game, if you can't get your overlord to see that move out in time, because that's pretty much the time you need to start those sunkens is when those units are moving out from their natural to yours. And if you even have one started and not made, that's, that could be even better. But he had the right idea. He was throwing down 3 of them just to be safe. They just didn't quite finish in time, so just almost had it, right idea, and then the mutas would have been able to do some counter damage if he had saved that wall, but unfortunately it didn't work out for him that time. I think he's going to be going for a similar build. It looks like he did throw down the 12 hatchery this game, and getting a drone scout on the map. His first overlord will be able to scout the natural from Terran, which will be kind of nice. If he can see that CC, seeing the wall is a definite benefit. That overlord won't really be able to get too far into the main of Terran since the gas is so far back, unless he wants to sacrifice that overlord for that intel. But he's got to be careful because that marine is about to finish and that overlord is going pretty far into the base of Terran here. It's going pretty far, man.
yeah, it looks like he's going. Okay, so it's a 17 CC. Could have been an 18.
I mean, somehow that overlord could get in and see all the intel and maybe get out before the Marines decide to go chase after it. Because sometimes Terran might think that this is a bait move, and they might be afraid to go for the Overlord
Yeah,
if
there
they
you
don't
go.
have if they don't have the SCV. So that's why their scouting SCV in the early game is so important as Terran. But that Overlord actually is gonna get away with murder, man. That's unbelievable that it gets in there and gets out just like that, like a smooth criminal.
A
That's
slow-moving, smooth criminal. Look at that. It's a smooth
wow,
slug. Holy
wow. That
crap.
he's already the MVP there, the Overlord. But it is nice to have it at the natural too, as well. So I like he's sending these lings out to make sure that move out is coming and when he can see it or not.
This is a much nicer map because you can put your lings up here on the high ground and spot and get a little bit more vision. So,
Yeah,
it,
that is a nice little pathway in these positions for sure to have that high ground.
it looks like Quantum Leap once again going for the 2-hatch muta. Um, like you said, though, in game 1 where you have your lings at their walls so you can spot the move out, looks like that's exactly what he's doing this game. And I think his lings were a little bit late and a little bit out of position last game, if I recall.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say Quantum Leap's throwing down a safety sunken just to be safer this time, but it's actually his third hatchery that he's throwing down at the natural.
And nice, a little bit of Sim City with this third hatchery as well, which is always nice. Looks like Cosmos Cat is once again looking to, I think, power up off of this 2 Racks Academy here. So I think we're going to try and
Yeah.
see a similar push again. I mean, it worked the first time. Why not, right?
Right. And this is a lot of Marines. This is actually 10 Marines and 2 medics. So it's slightly delayed, but it has a little bit more units. Yeah, Quantum Leap definitely needs to throw down those sunkens, and they're already too late. In my opinion, I don't think any of these are going to finish, and we might just see a repeat of game one
I
due to
wonder
the same mistake.
I wonder if he spots this many Marines with his although nice wall here. Um, I wonder if he should have canceled the hatch and built the Sunkens first and then started the hatch. If he spots that many Marines. GG. I'm not sure what
I
the play
think
there is.
I think the hatchery was fine. He just needed to not make any units and just focus on making that wall right as that move out was coming.
Right.
Or you need to make an outstanding number of speedlings as well. I've seen it dealt with that way too. Says you have the third hatchery, but either way, they can't be on top of your natural, really, unless if you don't have any lings or sunkens at that time.
Well, that was a good effort from Quantum Leap, but well done for Cosmos Cat. Just closing out that series very decisively 2-0. So we currently
Yeah.
have 4 points on the board for the baked potatoes and 0 for Lord of the Lings.
Yeah, I mean, even though these games were like 0-2, 0-2, it still doesn't quite feel that one-sided, to be honest. I saw these little mistakes in the games that they made, and it made a big difference, but I think it could have gone either way if they had maybe had a better day or played a different map or something, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the delayed push as well. Always a nice trade-off to delay a little bit more and have a little bit more firepower when you're trying to do a high damage push like that. So I really like that call as well. I agree.
Yeah, nice job there. Well played from AZK. Or
All
no, that
right.
wasn't AZK, that was Cosmo Cat. My bad.
And then Merlin is yours, right?
Yes, indeed. He is Lord of the Lings.
All right. Awesome. We are going to be going into another ZVR. We're going to be doing Merlin versus Hygrak for our last series of the night.
Hygrak, I believe, is playing random.
Yep. And he seems to have a really good random game, which is nice to see at this level. He has a very I feel like he has a very solid foundation for the random matchup.
Nice. If I'm remembering right, I think I saw a few of his games, maybe in another cast, perhaps, but if I remember right, he was a pretty solid player in all the matchups for being a random player. So we'll see what happens this time around. Um, Merlin is the Zerg player. And honestly, I don't know really how Zerg wants to play against random. Because I'm a Terran, and I know how Terran wants to play, but it seems like it's maybe hardest for Zerg to play against random.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Although I do feel like just my understanding of Zerg openers and stuff and the things you can do with them, I do feel like 9-pool speed would maybe not be a bad way to go versus random because you can always get those. You can get a high number of lings out early and you can get the speed with them. So get just a nice, strong, aggressive play. But if you get a random player that rolls a really good defensive race, that could also not work against you.
Right, I mean, I guess early lings do kind of seem to be the the safe way to go, I guess. So we'll see if that's what Merlin is going to be planning on doing in these series. This will be set 1 once again on struggle.
And we're going to get right into it. Here we go. In the top left on struggle are blue random, rolling Zerg, playing for the baked potatoes. It is Hygrack. And in the bottom right are red Zerg, playing for the Lord of the Lings. It is none other than Merlin. And, you know, Merlin is a player that I don't really know Merlin very well.
Oh no, don't you worry. I know him very well. I actually practice with him pretty often. He's been one of my friends for quite a long time. He was in Nam once upon a time, and still with MG. He's been close to Nam for a long time, so nice to have him on my team this season for NSL. I have practiced with him in a couple different races, but it's hard for Zerg, especially when they get in cross spawn, because now Zerg is kind of going to get the late scout, and Merlin, I guess, like we predicted before, he's going to be doing that early spawning pool. But Hygrack going to be thrown down looks like a 9 hatchery actually. Even skipping that first overlord, so just a super fast hatchery. And
Probably
Merlin's going to
going
be scouting it last.
maybe 999, I would say. 9 hatch, 9 pool, 9 gas for Hygrack.
Oh yeah, you might have called it there, Breeze. That was a 9-9 pool and the 9 gas, just as you predicted. So 999 coming up against the overpool, I do believe is what Merlin did. Might have even
Yeah.
been a 9 pool. I think I wasn't watching that close. But
It looks like an overpool. So this is a pretty high laying aggro build. Hygrack with this build is going to have the larva advantage, and he's going to just be able to build a ton of lings really quickly. This plays, if I recall, this is basically like a really ling heavy version of a 12 hatch. It's a really like aggressive ling all in version of a 12 hatch from what I recall.
oh yeah, definitely you called it because Hygrack did pull the drones right as he got 100 gas, and he pulled them right back to the minerals. And so he will be just going right into tons of lings. He'll have speed, I think, before Merlin. Yeah, Merlin hasn't even started speed yet, so he will have speed before Merlin comes. And this attack just might blindside Merlin. He doesn't really see it coming just yet, and they're going to be right at his front door. Just something similar to what we were talking about from the last series that we were casting, just a different matchup.
Yeah,
But
it
here
looks
comes.
like just too many links here and not enough to defend. I don't think that Merlin, I think like you said, he was just totally blindsided with this opener.
Yeah, and all of a sudden the Lings are in the base, taking down the Lings, and all of a sudden his drone's just fighting against Lings. They do a decent job of actually cleaning up those
Nice.
Lings, however.
Beautiful drone
That was
defense.
pretty incredible. Here comes another round of Lings. Looking to find some drone kills, but oddly enough, they really didn't find that many drone kills. And if Merlin can get out there and save this hatchery, he's actually ahead in drones, so this could be good for him if he can hold this attack coming. And he
There's not.
does save the natural.
Oh man, but that's a lot of lings. It
Oh, a
looks
lot
like
of
it's
Lings.
even.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. Nice job retreating to the ramp at least. Got to catch some of these Lings while they're trying to attack the hatchery, but it's so hard. This micro is so intense, and it looks like there's just too many Lings that are going to take down the hatchery, and they do.
Yeah.
Oh man, here they come. Merlin down to one hatchery. All the Lings going down, just drones again.
And Hygrak just rallying Lings all across the map. Ah, GG. Yeah, it looks like he lost just too many drones this time. All right.
Yeah, man, GG.
And Hygrak puts yet another point on the board for the baked potatoes.
Guys, better luck next time.
Come on. There we go. There we
Although
go.
honestly,
Sorry about that,
th
guys.
these losses aren't terrible losses. I feel like they just need to make a few adjustments, and they can still beat the other opponents that they've lost.
Yeah, I got tripped. I'm sorry about the lag, guys. I got a ton on my end, and my cam just totally went out. Let's there we go. It's back. Okay. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. No worries at all.
All right, but we're back, and we are here for the final series of the night. Hygrak versus Merlin game 2. Let's see if Merlin can put one on the board here and maybe reverse sweep this.
Yeah, definitely would be nice, seeing as every point that you win in the series, even if you don't win the series, then you
Oh,
can get the point for your team. So
hold on a
it
second.
would, we will see. No problem.
I see what happened. My scoreboard just totally glitched out. So we have to switch it back. There we go. Okay. So we have to reset this. So this is reset the scoreboard here. Okay. Um So that was just a nice decisive opener from Hygrak, and I think that game it's just the luck of the draw, man. I roll Zerg. Hey, look, I can do this great kind of decisive opening as Zerg, and I have random. I have uncertainty on my side. So just a really
Yeah.
really nice strong decisive opener from Hygrak.
Yeah, it was a nice choice from Hygrak. I totally agree, and the fact that he got cross-spawn totally played into his hand there, and it just worked out really nicely, and he executed it pretty well there. So well done. Absolutely.
Are you oh, we have a question in the chat. Are you going to the Chicagoland by any chance, AK?
No, I live on the other side of the country, so fortunately,
I would
it does sound like fun.
I would love to go to Chicago. I'm certainly I mean, I'm down in Florida, but I would love to go up there. I just I can't afford to travel, unfortunately. I missed out on the Montreal land too, which kind of sad. It looked like a great time.
Yeah, I did watch some of the videos, some of the VODs from Team Lakewood. If anyone's interested, go ahead and check them out. They are on that website. Um, just gotta click on the little brackets and I think click on the little names and it has the VOD right under the name or something like that, depending on what set you want to watch or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty cool to see. A lot of those players we all kind of know, and we just love a lot of those players, so cool to see them kind of out, hanging out together and having a good time and cool stuff, you know.
Yeah, maybe one of these future lands will make it out there.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I'm sure there'll be one of these days I'll be able to make it to one of them. One or two or three of
Right?
them.
Yeah.
I'm sure when I go to one, I'll be addicted and want to keep going to them. So,
All right. Well, are you ready for the last series of the night, AK?
alrighty, my friend.
All
Here we
right.
are. Merlin versus let's see. I'm sorry. Hygrak, excuse me. Hygrak. Playing random.
Merlin versus Hygrak game 2. Here we go, guys. All right. In the top right on Neo Jungle Story, I believe this map is. This is Merlin's pick, by the way. It is the man of the hour, our Red Zerg, playing for the Lord of the Lings. It is Merlin. And in the
Wow, man.
sorry, I think
Sorry.
I might have miscalled that position. That's Merlin is in the top right. In the bottom left, it is our Blue Terran, Hygrak, playing for the Baked Potatoes.
And like, man, he rolls Zerg again against the Merlin. And so I'm wondering, and then he gets cross-spawned again, which would be even better if he just does the same build again.
Right?
And that would surely be annoying, but gosh, Merlin's probably gonna get the last scout again. Okay, Hygrak gonna be doing the gas trick here.
Yeah,
This time it
looks like Merlin going for an overpull again.
and Hygrak gonna be taking a 10 hatchery.
Oh yeah, probably doing a 10 hatch variant, I would say, of the same build.
Oh, Merlin actually gonna be going for the 12 hatch here. So I think
Nice.
this will actually work out a lot better than what we saw last game. Because it does seem like Hygrak is going for something very similar as what he did in game one. I didn't quite see the pool and the gas, but it looks very identical to what he did in game one, just maybe a drone off or something like that. I didn't think he did the gas trick in game one either, but I wasn't watching that close. But Merlin will have the extra larva a little bit sooner and should be able to defend early Lings a little bit easier, I think.
Yeah, Merlin's Merlin's pool and his hatch are both gonna looks like they're both gonna finish about the same time. They're gonna be just behind Hygrak, and it is a cross spawn. So yeah, I think you're right. I think he will be able to defend this a little bit better. Um,
And Hygrak, once again, pulls the drones from the gas right as he gets 100 gas. And he's just going to be going for that heavy speedling all in, not even teching up to lair anytime soon. Merlin throwing down actually a cheeky sunken colony at the natural and doesn't get it, but I didn't even notice that. And that could have been actually devastating had he been there with some lings and got that sunken up. But anyhow, didn't get it up, and Hygrak looks like he wants to be moving out soon. He will have Speedlings slightly sooner, but Merlin's going to be having Speedlings just about the same time as well. So Merlin is definitely looking like he's going to be able to hold this a lot easier this time around.
yeah, very similar Ling numbers on both sides, although I think Merlin has slightly more. Um, but oh no, actually, I think they have the same number because Hygrak is out scouting with two of them.
Right, very similar, but luckily, neither side is deciding to pull the trigger just yet. Hygrak even throwing down a third hatchery in the main before taking up to lair, and Merlin actually hasn't decided to go back up to lair just yet either. I saw him pull drones off of gas and he put some back on, so maybe he's just gonna be going into lair just now, I imagine, but
Yeah, he
anyhow.
has. If he stays defensive, oh no, he's gonna really just try and do a
Oh,
massive Ling. Look at this. This is like two
I thought
giant control groups of Lings. No, he's just gonna send one in, which
it does trigger a nice response though from Hygrak, forcing a lot of sunkins at the natural here. Although I don't think Merlin should actually send it into it because it's a pretty nice sim city for Hygrak.
yeah, this is very strong defensive position, I would say. I think
Well,
Hygrak
Merlin
now
actually
going up
hasn't
to
spent
third.
this gas yet.
Sorry, what was that? Oh, he hasn't spent his
Well,
gas. Oh yeah, he
yeah,
has 300 up
he's
here.
got 300 gas, and I thought he was gonna be thrown down like a lair or something pretty quickly. But Merlin's kind of going back and forth with his economy right now. It looks like he's on 9 to 16 drones, which Hygrak actually has quite a lead there in drone count.
Yeah, Merlin definitely very all in. He's upgrading Ling attack, but this is gonna take what? This is something like a 2-minute upgrade. It's gonna take quite a long time to finish.
Wow, Hygrak even throwing down the fourth hatchery at the natural, man. Both these players are going heavy Lings, but I think as soon as Hygrak defends, he's just gonna have way more larva than Merlin. And he has like triple the drones, just about.
Beautiful Sim City here out of the Zerg. Not only does he have the fourth hatch, like you said, but now he just dropped another creep colony, forcing a very narrow choke point here. And he has even more sunkens, kind of blocking his ramp. This is just beautiful, and it almost looks like a meat grinder, like a StarCraft meat grinder. But both players are even in supply, and Hygrak has double Merlin's drones, which tells you just how many Lings Merlin is
Oh,
amassing here.
Merlin is sending it. He's just gonna pull the trigger here, and Hygrak doing a nice job of blocking in this choke here. Trading pretty well,
Yeah,
I think, overall.
this is a pretty strong defense here from Hygrak. Merlin was very all in with that attack, and it did not work out. And now he is way behind in economy. Um,
And I mean, that was unfortunate because his +1 attack still isn't quite finished and still has a little bit of ways to go.
yeah, he's still just rallying Lings across, but I don't. Yeah, this is unfortunate. It's like once you kind of make this commitment to go all in like this and not build drones, you got to just kind of go all in and just keep making Lings. So Merlin definitely committing to this play here, but that was a pretty strong defense from Hygrak, and with the Hydras reinforcing, it's only gotten stronger. looks like Hygrak may be wanting to go into Lurker, I would say. His layer has started, and it's a while before it's going to be done, but that does look to be the play. And if he gets Lurkers defending this, they're just going to butcher anything that tries to come through this choke point.
Right, he might just even be getting the Hydra speed upgrades and Hydra range, and then going for that timing attack when the +1 spines finish, perhaps. It looks like the +1 attack is about halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way done. But maybe Hygrak is waiting for that timing, and I don't think Hygrak has any pressure to really move out or do anything at the moment. He's very far ahead. Economic-wise, pretty far ahead, and army-wise. And then once that +1 finishes, I think it'll just make it that much better.
So Merlin
does have a nice little concave with these Lings that the +1 finished. So he has that going for him, but I don't think it's going to be enough once these 4 hatchery macro kicks in from Hygrak. Even going to be taking that second gas, and he has 23 to 11 drones still.
Yeah, so Merlin has been now adding more drones into the macro here, but still going to be very behind in economy, still not mining gas. And now Lurker is being researched.
Oh wow, Merlin's gonna go for the full send again.
Yeah, this unfortunately is
Not gonna
just
work out.
an all-in that didn't pay off. GG. Hygrak with a very different strategy, again, just coming out very, very strong in this series. A strong aggressive opener, and then a strong defensive play in game 2.
Yes, indeed. Nice games. Unfortunately, he landed Zerg both times for Merlin, but it is what it is, right?
Yep, it happens. All right, well, thank you all so much for coming in to support NSL today. Thank you to Meek Terran, and thank you to Cookie Master, of course, for stopping by in the chat and hanging out.
Nice. Much love, Cookie Master.
Of course, AK, thank you again for joining me. Always a pleasure. Always a fun time casting with you.
Yeah, same as you, man. Thank you always for having me, and you're a great guy, Breeze, so much appreciated, man.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. We're gonna look for someone to raid. This was a very short cast, so hopefully we're gonna be able to find someone in the StarCraft scene that's online to raid today. Sorry. Okay, cool. So we have okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna raid Ozzy to hockey. It looks like Ozzy is about to start their NSL match. So if you love NSL, we got more NSL coming your way. This time a live match. So I'm gonna send some love to our good buddy Ozzy to hockey. Thank you all so much for watching and for supporting NSL. We'll be back again next Friday and Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Until next time, stay safe, take care, enjoy some more Brood War. Have a great weekend, guys.